Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Wade Barrett here, and today and today on Friday Night Smackdown, we're gonna see Faith, Bo, and Aleister Black in the freeway. And the last one who wins will be offshoot into the Gals and the Boundary match, which will happen tomorrow on Rampage or Ramfru. So look forward to that one, folks. Corey Graves says. You got that right, Renee Young says. And we did seek where Aleister Black was at. And we know that Johnny Nargotto said that earlier this week he wanted to get even on him, but he could not get even on him. He didn't know where he was at, Renee Young says. You got that right, Wade Barrett says. Only this time it's going to be Faith and Bo and Aleister Black. So if Johnny Nargotto wants to get even with Aleister Black, well, he knows he can get even with him here today if that's what he wants to do. You know, Wade Barrett says. Now we're going to go to the ring now. You know. Alright, everyone. This is the way it's alright, everyone. This is the way it is. Alright, Astronomer says. First, today we're going to have what some would call a freeway step between Bo, Faith, and Aleister Black. And the last one who wins from there is going to be offshooted into the Gals and the Boundary match, which will be tomorrow on Rampage Ramfru, which will go on to include, I don't know, Peach, I don't know, Captain Marvel, Lou Marvel. Geez, I don't know the folks we put in it. We put a lot of folks in it. You know. So, yeah, we'll just say it was Peach and Track. They're both going to be in it. We're going to say we're going to say Bianca Belair's in it. And just to save us some time, you know, we're also going to say that Captain Marvel, Lead Woman Marvel's in it, and Tai Chi's in it. And that seems to be about, you know, everyone who's in it. Now, we don't even know where we have it at. We think it most likely is in that other bin. You know, so we're going to have to bring the other bin out and see if it's in there, and then put it together, and then put it on the ring. So that's what match we're having today. Between these three, those are going to be the folks that are going to be in Gals and the Boundary, at least the TWF offshoot of it this year. Astronomer says. Well, Ecliptor says that match is going to happen now. So we need to get all the wrestlers or overstars or fighters out. Now, Ecliptor says, so we can do the match. Well, folks, it is cloudy today. And we didn't feel like putting on the lights because we can still see. You know, the dark isn't a handicap to us as it is to some folks. The dark is a full handicap. And now Bo's in the ring already. Corey Graves said Aleister Black's on the other side. Renee Young says. And here's Faith. You know, who her free diff run in the TWF is longer than her first run in two diff runs, Wade Barrett says. This is for the TWF Gals and the Boundary. Whoever wins will then have the right to be the last wrestler in the Gals and the Boundary match tomorrow. Meaning, right now, Aleister Black right now. Right now, Aleister Black just took down Poe from DreamWorks. Poe is a DreamWorks South, and he got taken out by Aleister Black, who is now an AEW wrestler. And Faith just, you know, took down Aleister Black. You know, Faith, who has had her leg over sticky oosted on, and if not, her free diff run would have been shorter than her first run and 2 diff runs, Corey Graves says. That's right, Renee Young says. Faith is a former 2-time TWF women's heavyweight fighter. She's also a former women's world heavyweight fighter, a former TWF tag team fighter, and also a 2-time TWF hard middle fighter. And Al Faith just took down Aleister Black, Renee Young says. Yeah, well, don't sleep on Poe. Everyone sleeps on Poe. You know, they think that you shouldn't take him earnest because Jack Black does a speaking for him in all the drawing shows and drawing films that DreamWorks has had. Poe takes down Faith. Poe will body slam. But for some grounds, I just don't see Poe being skilled enough to walk up a riser and get a box with a sheet that lets them for 1 whole year yield in on any one of the fighters here in a toy wrestling gathering, Wade Barrett says. And Poe makes a mistake of coming from the balance, said Wade Barrett. Poe made a mistake. I don't know what he was thinking to do. Aleister Black beat him to it. Oh. And Aleister Black is a man that a lot of folks think WWE Blue didn't do much with. That may have been true, but when he was on NXT, he was a WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. When he went to Raw and later on Smacdown, it may have been true. Oh, Aleister Black just took down Faith. And right now, Faith and Poe are at the kindness of Aleister Black, Corey Graves says. Renee Young said, call him Malachite Black, Aleister Black, whatever you want to call him. You know, you can't say that he isn't a good wrestler or a good fighter or a good overstar, or you wouldn't be here, Renee Young says. Well, Wade Barrett says the toy wrestling gathering for at least 30 years, you know, it takes on all kinds of wrestlers. We've been around longer than me and the other skilled toy wrestling businesses here. We've only been on YouTube since 2012 YL, but we've had films that go, going back to between 93 YL, and we were doing things on film. You know, first on film that you could only hear but you couldn't see, the speaking film. Later on, film with the Sony film shooter, and then the VLC film shooter led to being on disc. Later on, led to being on YouTube. Wade Barrett says, and some folks might say and I know we're going to say one thing. Wade Barrett, I'd say one thing right now. Corey Graves said the MSW might get more watching and looking than we do, but it doesn't make him any more greater though. Johnny Nergato showed a ball. Johnny Nergato just knocked down Aleister Black, and the Fight Lord, you know, didn't see it. And now he did, and the Fight Lord's telling Johnny Nergato to get out of the ring, but I think the harm's been done here. Poe down on Aleister Black. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here are your winners. Here is your winner. And the last man to be the last one to be engulfed in the boundary. Poe. Well, we do know that now Poe, along with Bianca Belair, Peach, and Tai Chi and Shrek and Captain Marvel, or lead woman Glass, you know, will now see himself engulfed in the boundary now. and Johnny Nargotto, did get even with what Aleister Black did to him. Corey Graves says, and we know that Johnny Nargotto got even with Aleister Black. So we know that bind is not over. It's still going on here, Corey Graves says. That's right, Renee Young said. Johnny Nargotto got even with Aleister Black or Malachite Black, whatever you want to call him. Whatever rename you want to call him is up to you, Renee Young says. Johnny Nargotto got even with him. And so the man from the Netherlands, or the Evenlander Neverlander, is still got a buy now with Johnny Nargotto. Alright, Wade Barrett says, we do know that the English word and the Dutch word for shithead is most likely the same, since both English and Dutch, and Duchess and English and Dutch are Norse speeches, so I think shithead would be the same in both of those speeches. Wade Barrett says, yeah, you heard me call it. Johnny Nargotto's a shithead. He was upset Aleister Black shifted on him, so now he's made scene that Aleister Black won't be engalled in the boundary. Wade Barrett said, isn't that sad? Well, you have a right to your thought, your belief, your take. Your belief, your thought, your take, Corey Graves says. But now we're going to hear from another man, Jonathan Coachman. Hi, yeah. Thank you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Poe from DreamWorks here today on Friday Night Smacdown. Alright, Poe, you're the last wrestler or fighter or overstar to be engalled in the boundary. Oh, I beat Aleister Black. I beat Faith. Can you believe that? So now I'm going to be engalled in the boundary tomorrow? And I'm not taking anything away from Faith. I mean, you don't go for all the things Faith went through in Buffy the Bloodsucker Slayer and also the spin-off Angel. You don't go through things like Faith did, have 3 runs in a toy wrestling gathering, and come on and be broken 2 times and then come back from that. Anyway, at the end of the day, I know that Aleister Black is one hell of a wrestler too. Yeah, he was a long-lording WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. But anyway, at the end of the day, I still beat them. And I'll be engalled in the boundary along with Peach, Tai Chi, Shrek, Captain Marvel or Luna Marvel, Bianca Belair. I think that's about it. If they're going to, put someone else in there. Well, I don't know, Poe, if they're going to be putting any other men or women in there, because they pretty much seem to be filled up with a lot of wrestlers and fighters already. So, do you think you'll win engalled in a boundary? I don't know if I will or not. I know I overcome many foes in my DreamWorks drawing films, and also in the DreamWorks drawing show, which I don't know if Nickelodeon Folkworks still has the right to broadcast it or not. But I do know one thing. This is one bear that you're going to have to watch out for. Alright, Bo. Good luck to you. Tomorrow at Rampage Ramfru, galled in the boundary. That's my talk with Poe. Back to you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. Thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with Poe here today on Friday Night Smacdown. That's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smacdown. I, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Friday Night Smacdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ramford.